Ladies and gentlemen, we are live and direct. Welcome to another edition of Your Opinion Really Doesn't Matter. Now, last week, they're still talking about it. They're still talking about that episode that had that panel. It was a crazy show. We're back here to cover all of the action that took place in Boston, Massachusetts, live from the TD Garden. Now, I know that we could probably cut the tension with a knife between these two. Before we go any further, I don't want this thing to spiral out of control. All right, I want to give the fans out there the most objective opinions that are possible, and I don't want any friction, anything between the two of you or the two of your organizations to affect business. So, to ensure that both of you guys have all of this off of your chest, I'm going to give each of you a 60-second floor. Let me get my timer out now, because I know a lot of you, some of you guys like to ramble. I'm going to give each of you 60 to 90 seconds. I give you an extra 30 seconds there to get it all off your chest. What do you have to say about everything that's happening between the two of you? We flipped the coin backstage, and it's going to be the tag team champion, the Postman, first, venting about the recent situations regarding Puerto Rican Hector and Joe Mega, of course. You're on the clock.
Now? You know what? You don't need a clock. I don't need 60 to 90 seconds to talk about it. See, I'm about business, not BS niche. I'm about business, not BS niche. And that is exactly what I'm talking about. I told you before, all I said was all you had to do was make a call. All you had to do was make a call. But now you're trying to put all these fictional ideas out there in front of everybody, trying to make it seem like we didn't do what we were supposed to do or whatever, trying to make it seem like, first of all, we weren't friends. You just rock with us. No, I don't need 60 to 90 seconds to tell you about a BS niche that done finally found his way to daddy's teat and started sucking on it. I see that. We don't need 60 to 90 seconds on that. No.
All right, time. All right. Hopefully you got it off your chest. I'm used to calling you Puerto Rican Hector, but they're calling you Punishment now. Hector, share with us your thoughts on our panel member here, the Postman T-Buddy. You're on the clock.
You know, I had so much respect for you at one point. You were top 3 of my opponents. At one point, you were number 1. And then you decided that instead of being Dwayne Wade, the star that carried the team to the next level, which you could have done just on your own, you decided to be Dwayne Wade, the bitch that let LeBron and Chris Bosh on his team. And now you're just a fucking bag boy.
Wait, who's Bosh? Who's Bosh? Sorry.
So the point being is, you know the truth. If anything, me and you was cool. I don't care about what you do with fucking Mel or Nappy. We could have still been cool on the side, but no, you wanted to fuck all that up. So you know what? All the respect that I've had for you all these years is gone. And if destroying your fucking group.
Ooh, I like that. I need to get a real buzzer. All right, listen, guys. Hopefully, we can give the fans what they're looking for and give them both of your opinions. Obviously, they don't matter at the end of the day, but people are still tuning in to hear him, Postman. People want to hear from you, Puerto Rican Hector. They don't want to hear me breaking up, a little schoolroom brawl. So,
hey, don't diminish this shit. What the hell are you talking about?
Two bullies on the recess trying to figure out who's going to take whose lunch money.
No bullies. Ain't no two bullies. What the hell?
It's my opinion. About? My opinion doesn't matter, does it, Money?
It doesn't.
Yeah, but what does matter is that you say my name right, Mr. Smack.
All right. So can you correct me, please?
Punisher. Puerto Rican Hector. Or just Punisher, whichever you would prefer.
Big Punisher. All right. Let's carry on, T. Don't, please. Let's just leave it there. Obviously, we're live from the Boston, Massachusetts area this week. TD Garden is the place where we got down. And all right, I want you guys really let's shift gears here. Hector, you first. Boston. When you think of fans, sports fans from Boston, what comes to mind?
Fuck you. New York all the way.
Wow. T Money. What comes to mind when you think of the Boston sports energy?
I've been a Laker fan all my life, but I do know Boston like to get grimy. So maybe somebody may like me, but I'm sorry. I'm with the Lakers, bro.
Wow. You guys are really killing me with the Boston faithful here. But nonetheless, somebody that was excited.
No. Before you even get started, no. If you can wear a damn kilt and go to somebody's funeral and play the damn shit, then I mean, I'm sorry. You putting on the skirt, Jeff McCall, what? Did you believe in that? Either way, keep going on. Lakers.
One of the more important announcements of the week, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who do stay in tune with Your Opinion Doesn't Matter, you would know that Bubba Killings and now the superstar formerly known as the Viking have paired up, it seems here, and are working together in some type of conjunction. Recently, on the PWR website, even the Viking was removed. The complete thing was removed. And now the superstar formerly known as the Viking will go by the Southern Viper, Alan Cutter. And we will be seeing Alan Cutter, who is now going by his, as they say out south, his government name instead of the Viking. Real quick, T Money, you first. Alan Cutter. Is this the right move for the man formerly known as the Viking?
I can't determine that. That's up to him. I mean, if that's what he's want to go by, that's up to him. You got to prove it. That's your name. Live up to it. I don't know why all these Southern motherfuckers always want to be a damn snake, but okay.
Somebody who hasn't lived up to the hype since I signed him, Puerto Rican Hector. What are your thoughts on Alan Cutter joining forces now, obviously with Bubba Killings and going by the Southern Viper? Now, guys, this is somebody you may have to face here soon, Hector.
Well, hey, he made a great adjustment, like all MAGA do. So I'm very excited to see where he's going to go with this. And whatever, I'll see you in the ring when I see you in the ring. Whether it's him or the pussy boy that just walked, well, he doesn't get in the ring. The ring that he gets into is something completely different.
That's all in the ring.
The disrespect is real. I try to stay out of politics. And when you said MAGA, you know, we have a lot of affiliates that sponsor the network, guys. We got to, you know, Hector.
Oh, I heard they called you that in the joint too, right? Man, a great ass.
You know what? This may be the only time that me and Hector agree. Fuck them affiliates.
You do realize that these are the people that pay our bills. Anyway, let's move on with the show because both of you guys are irritating me at a high level early on right now. So let's get on with it, shall we? Before we get to the show, let's talk about a live event that was happening in Boston, downtown Boston, to be specific, at a Comic-Con convention. I don't know why these people do these events. I'm not going to ask you two if you're into all that bull crap, but I'll tell you who is into it. The Powerhouse Champion was doing an autograph signing there with a bunch of wrestling fans. Chris Lassiter showing off his Powerhouse Championship. We're not going to get into Hector's opinion of Chris Lassiter yet. However, he was rudely interrupted by a very, very familiar superstar to both of you. The Carnal, Joker J, was visiting the event with some of his people. And now, listen, there was no punches thrown. Some words, however, were exchanged between Joker J, the Carnal, and the Powerhouse Champion, Chris Lassiter. Security of the event split the two parties up. Of course, this went viral immediately. T Money, what are your thoughts on the Carnal and Chris Lassiter bumping into one another at a comic book event?
Everybody saw that. Ain't them bumping into nobody. You showed up there on purpose. So my whole thing is, if you showed up on purpose, you might as well make it worth your time. Go ahead and punch him in the damn jaw.
So you would have rather seen a physical altercation in front of?
If I'm gonna take my time
civilians
out of my day to go and visit someone at an autograph signing. I'm not doing it just to intimidate you. I'm finna punch you in the damn mouth.
This is coming from the man who carves people's eyes out. So let's take his opinion for what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Punishment, terror squad, whatever you want to be called. My question to you is,
Yes, Kenny G.
you know,
We need this money. And
you know
yes, guys.
Joker J pretty well. And you're also, from what I hear, this could just be a rumor, you're to comic books. Is this true? You're a Deadpool fan. Is this a real thing or no?
Yes.
You like the Punisher at least, right? No?
Look at his outfit.
Yes, I do like Deadpool. I do like the Punisher.
Okay.
And I do know Joker J, unfortunately.
Damn. Why is that an unfortunate thing?
Because remember, he like held me down, and that's the reason why I couldn't prosper as a champion around here. But nor here nor there. He's a former powerhouse champion. He clearly knew that he could never beat Mel Walker, apparently, which I don't know how hard that really is. And now he waited for Chris Lassiter, somebody that he probably thinks is a walk in the park, to beat, because he's a coward. That's the truth about Joker J.
All right. Speaking of you being held down, they say you've been held down before, but you liked it. All right. Match number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it going. We were opening the night with what hip hop fans call a stew banger. That's right, because it was the tag team champions, Nappy Boy, the True Villain, and his teammate, my panel guest, T-Money, teaming up in a non-title matchup to clash against the Equalizer, JTO, and the PWR World Heavyweight Champion, of course, Big Hurt. Now, we know the story that's been going on all week long on social media. If you've been hiding under or living under a rock, I'm not going to give you the play-by-play. The man is concussed. He doesn't know what's going on. JTO waited in the ring as the PWR World Heavyweight Champion came down to the ring looking confident, but he stood on the opposite side of the ring of JTO as the Equalizer looked disgusted at this point. The music of the deadliest force in sports entertainment came on as both the Postman and the Real Villain came out to an overbearing roar of boos that completely took over the garden. Big Hurt went up, walked right up to the tag team champions and began dapping up with Venom, and Nappy shoved Big Hurt towards JTO at this point as Big Hurt held his hands up ready to clash with JTO. The referee calmly then walked towards Hurt, explaining to him what the situation was as he finally went to the outside, allowing the Equalizer to kick things off for his official team. It was the Postman for the tag champs as these two started off red hot. They lit it up from the onset with a slugfest, with each superstar landing some brutal haymakers. JTO followed up his last haymaker with an uppercut that crushed T-Money, allowing him to scoop up the Postman for a body slam. He dropped an elbow to add extra measure to T-Money and pinned him, but the True Villain Nappy Boy was right, where he needed his teammate and where he expected him to be when he needed him to be there to break up the pin with a nasty kick to the head of JTO. Moments later, the Postman was able to recover and nailed a lovely drop kick to the Equalizer's face and then quickly tagged in the True Villain into this matchup. He lifted Jay up high enough for T-Money to come flying off the ropes with a clothesline as the True Villain took JTO down hard. Big Hurt held his hand out to the Postman as he looked confused. Hey, buddy, tag me in. But that's when the Postman said, let's finish this shit right now. Postman then ran to Hurt and crushed him with the forearm. But as Hurt shook off the cobwebs, the blow seemed to get his mind right once again. Wow. He tried to storm into the fight right away, but the referee ordered Hurt to get back outside. Come on, Jay, get me in, he screamed at JTO. Nappy then bounced off the ropes and seemed to be setting up for a spear when JTO met him with a high knee to the face, clearing the true villain. He then dived over towards the hand of Big Hurt as he tagged the partner into this matchup. Big Hurt nailed Nappy with the Dexter Manley spear and then signaled for the fist of the North Star as the fans stood, and he nailed Nappy with the big move, pinning him for the 1, the 2. But the postman T-Money, being where he needed to be, dived in, breaking up the pin attempt with the double axe handle smash, breaking up the count. The fans started chanting, "This is awesome. This is awesome." That's when the postman went back to the outside as JTO wanted back in this matchup at this point. He was chomping at the bit, but Big Hurt wanted more. Instead of tagging in JTO, he went to pick Nappy back up, but the Natural then lit him up with the big right hand, and he asked Nappy, "What do you want me to do now?" It seemed as if the big shot from Nappy concussed Hurt once again as he was asking for instructions from the Natural. Nappy looked confused and quickly tagged in the postman, who nailed Hurt with the bra kick. He quickly pinned him for the 1, the 2, but JTO this time stomped the back of the postman as he said, "Not this time, T. Not this time," said the Equalizer. Yeah. T-Money looked frustrated. Hurt seemed to be back in his wits from the bra kick, snapping him back in order, and he was able to take T-Money down with a European uppercut. The fans at this point were screaming at the world champion to get JTO back inside of this matchup. He looked at the Equalizer and tagged him in. Hold up, said Hurt. "Let me get some more in." He picked up the postman and held him in position for JTO to nail him with a big shot. JTO bounced off the ropes, but T-Money dived away from Hurt's grasp as JTO barely stopped in his tracks, almost nailing the champion with a big right hand. Hurt then yelled out, "Woo, that was close." JTO paused, took a deep breath in relief, and then decided to drill Hurt with a huge headbutt, shocking myself in the entire arena as the blow startled Big Hurt. The fans were stunned as he dragged him towards the corner and then tags Hurt's hand and left him in the ring alone.
Yeah,
that's all it took for the postman quickly tagged Nappy in as the two wasted no time as Nappy got him in the natural nap position. T then nailed him with the bra kick as Nappy slammed him into the mat, pinning him for the 1, the 2, the 3. The winners of the match, your tag team champions. Now, T, I'm going to go to you first since you are part of this shenanigans of a matchup. Listen, let's face it, T. What is your opinion on having an odd advantage in these last 2 tag matchups with Nappy, where you seem to have the odds in your favor and easily took advantage of slim pickings, as they say?
What do you mean? What odd advantage? What slim pickings? What are you talking about? I mean,
I'm referring to the fact that the last 2 teams that you faced, coincidentally, haven't been able to get on the same page, allowing you and Nappy to just, pick the bones.
Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? You ain't dealing with a tag team. You're dealing with a family. Whose fault is that? If they can get on the same page, whose fault is that?
Are you insinuating Puerto Rican Hector doesn't belong to a family?
Hector doesn't belong to a family.
Are you insinuating that?
I ain't insinuating that. I know where my kids are.
Oh, shit. Hector, I'm going to go to you with this one. Hurt seems to be dealing with a very severe concussion. You've been in this sport a long time. At what point does he really need to seek some evaluation and or maybe possibly hang it up and make sure he gets right?
How you doing? You doing good? Oh, all right. So you safely where I put you at?
Yeah, I'm safely in my room.
In your room where I put you at. So I know where my children are, huh?
Wow.
And
You know
so
what?
is a man that's watching him now while you're here.
Excuse me. I'm talking to my daughter where I put her at. Excuse me. So, yeah. How's you got class tomorrow?
Yeah, I got 2 classes tomorrow.
Got 2 classes tomorrow.
Shout out to Lil Money. Shout out to Lil Money. Tell her.
Yeah. All good, baby. I'll keep on reaching for the stars. Keep on reaching for your dreams.
Reading is
You are
achieving.
everything.
Hector, to finish out the.
Hey, I love you.
If T Money is now done mocking you, Hector, my question to you is: do you have any concern for the PWR World Heavyweight Champion at this point? Or does this tip the scales, so to speak, in the favor of the Equalizer going into their big matchup here in a little over a month?
Well, you're a fucking snake oil salesman, because if you know that your champion is concussed, how are you sending him out to the ring without medical evaluation?
Well, the people of Boston want to see the champ. What do you want me to do?
So, but guess what? That does work in JTO's favor, and he is going to take advantage of that. And if Big Hurt doesn't get well soon, we are going to crown JTO as a 3-time PWR World Champion.
Ooh, wow. T, real quick, so we can keep it moving. JTO, Big Hurt, rise to power. Give me a prediction.
I honestly think that y'all are not looking at this the right way. With Big Hurt being concussed and not knowing that one hit can slap him back to reality or can send him to, another stratosphere. I'm going with Big Hurt. Because who knows what's going to happen. We know that JTO has a game plan, but Big Hurt does not have a game plan. And in this situation, that's not good for the opponent. Who knows what this man would do? So I'm going with Big Hurt.
All right. I'm kind of jealous because my kids won't answer my calls, T, but thanks for rubbing it in. Next matchup here.
It's all good. Here's what we do.
Next matchup here, ladies and gentlemen, features 2 superstars.
You're such low-hanging fruit.
One superstar you guys are familiar with, and one superstar you guys don't know very well at all. Or maybe you do, I don't know. This matchup is between Mr. AK Shooter J and making his debut officially in PWR, Bobby G, better known as Bobby Galileo. Say it with me, co-host. T,
Bobby
Galileo.
Galileo.
Hector, give me the Bronx, New York, Galileo.
Galileo.
I knew it. I knew he was going to change it to a Dominican street gang. All right. This one was set up to be a big-time clash between Shooter J and Bobby Galileo, but it turned to a contest that was utterly dominated from start to finish by the debuting superstar Bobby G. He came out just brutalizing Shooter J from the ringing of the bell. He nailed a G-bomb suplex, pinning Shooter J in the middle of the ring. This powerful superstar dominating as he got the 1, the 2, the 3.
What?
Damn.
I just got up to piss.
Yeah. Listen, if fans went to get popcorn on this one, you missed it. Bobby G, an impressive debut here. Hector, listen, it's no secret that JD Vance is a huge fan of Shooter J. He was even out here a few weeks back. We seen him at the pay-per-view. If you were JD Vance and watching Shooter J in this matchup this week, what would you be at home thinking? I don't know where I'm going with this.
Well, I hope he has room so that Shooter J can fuck that couch too. But hey, looks like just like it might happen in November, Kamala taking out the Orange Man. But I won't go there. All I have to say is,
hey, I ain't even managed.
Hey, welcome, Bobby. Thank you for taking out the trash. No offense, Shooter. I've known you for a long time, but
all right, let's piggyback on that. You guys see Shooter J for quite some time now. T, in your opinion, is this just a hiccup in the resume of Shooter J, or could this be trouble on the horizon for a superstar that's been trying to get over the hump for quite some time?
No, you know what? I'm gonna tell you my honest opinion about Shooter J. With Shooter, he learns from his losses. That's what that's a shooter trick. Anyway, he learns from his losses. Mr. AK learns from his losses. So it's almost like he would love to get in the ring and lose first, just so he can know what to learn from the opponent. So take this as one of those learning examples.
So you believe, in all honesty, Shooter J will bounce back even stronger from this?
I believe that Shooter is just taking notes. And so the next time that you see him, he's stronger and better. And that's the scary part.
All right, your opinion doesn't matter. Will Hector, what is your thoughts on this? Will Shooter J use this as a learning lesson and get better from this dominating performance here from the debuting superstar? Listen, we expected a lot from Mr. AK this week. He didn't perform up to this normal standard. What do you think?
I heard there was a fentanyl shortage in his area anyway, but he will probably use this as T-Money said and use it as a learning experience and probably come back again because we'll be all dead and gone.
Yeah, we're going to be dead and gone as soon as you touch fentanyl. Yeah.
Cockroaches and Shooter J will be the ones left here on Earth.
All right, I'm going to go ahead.
In other words, if I smack you right now, I just walk up to you and smack you right now. All right, now I do the same thing tomorrow. Are you still going to get smacked?
No.
Because you seen what I did. You know I just walked up and smacked you. You ain't going to do it again.
All right. We're not smacking anybody. We're carrying on. Ladies and gentlemen, my last question before we carry on. T-Money. You're a Georgia resident. They say that Georgia is a big-time state in this upcoming election. And I want to stay away from politics, but it's hard when J.D. Vance is best friends with Shooter J. Can Georgia be pulled out by the Republicans or the Democrats? Where do you see this thing going in Georgia?
I mean, Georgia turned blue a few years ago. It may happen again because somebody is doing something. That's all I'm saying.
All right. And all I'm saying is let's carry on to match 3. All right. This next matchup features David Hill. He's known as Dirty David Hill. He's known as the Destroyer. He's known as Dick Van Dyke. He's known as a lot of things that start with D, the Demolisher. Any other game? Give me one. Give me something. T?
Yes, let's carry on to match 4.
The drug user, because he snorts a hill.
This next matchup is David Hill versus T.C. Adams. How dare you want to skip T.C. Adams, T-Money? David Hill was grunting and breathing hard inside of the ring, waiting for his opponent as the music of T.C. Adams alerted fans that the hometown favorite on his way down to the ring.
That's the problem.
The pop was unreal, fellas, and you could see hands up everywhere across the garden, mixed in, of course, with the constant flash from camera cell phones. The match finally got started after the referee checked both superstars, and T.C. Adams got going right away. He got after Hill, which is something we haven't seen recently. He didn't offer him a peace treaty. He didn't offer him a prayer. He wanted to put hands on David Hill, and the way David Hill was dissing Boston all week, you can't blame the guy. TC was on fire early after nailing David Hill with some nasty chops that set up a textbook DDT from T.C. Adams. He pinned David Hill, but the big man kicked out at 2. But that's when T.C. Adams made a crucial error as he mistimed a right hook that allowed David Hill to connect on a roaring elbow on the kisser of T.C. Adams. Hill then started taunting the local fans. You're nothing. You're nothing. Is that a good David Hill? Or I got to work on it. You're nothing. He started yelling as the fans poured in the booze. But this slight distraction and lack of focus from the Destroyer, the demeanor, the dirty one, David Hill, is just what T.C. Adams had ordered as he tackled Hill down and then clinched his hand on his head with the claw of redemption. Hill tried to fight it off for a bit, but then shortly after, he passed out sleeping as the referee signaled for the bell, awarding TC Adams this big victory. The fans went absolutely crazy as TC celebrated on the turnbuckle up high, pointing at all of the fans in the 300 rafter section. He was enjoying this moment, but then the lights went out and fans in the entire arena gasped because when they came back on, I couldn't believe it. Hector couldn't believe it. T-Money couldn't believe it. And of course, TC Adams couldn't believe what he was witnessing.
Because
it was the return of the Korean Kaiju. Kwon Soo, as fans started chanting, "Holy shit, holy shit." Kwon then lifted David Hill for a choke slam, and the ring almost broke on impact. Then TC Adams walked with courage right up to Kwon Soo and held his hand out, seeming to want to redeem Kwon. But Kwon quickly grabbed the hand of TC, then grabbed the other hand and joined him and nailed TC Adams with the Kaiju bomb. The fans went silent as Kwon roared into the camera. Guess who's back, ladies and gentlemen? The Korean Kaiju makes his return, spoiling the hometown celebration of TC Adams. I'm going to start with you first this time, Hector. You've been a hometown hero never in your life. But if you were, how embarrassing would this be? What is going through the mind of TC Adams right now? Better yet, Hector, what is he thinking?
I really don't care what's going through the mind of TC Adams. Welcome back, bitch. And I'm going to be looking for you real soon. So you better hide.
Oh, shit. You're giving me fucking cop vibes the way you grabbed him. Okay. T-Money, the postman, always delivers. Let's see if he delivers a slam dunk on this one. Here's a hot topic question that everybody wants to know.
What do you want to redeem him for? Redeem him for what? He's doing pretty well as he is. Why would you even try? That's all I got. Why would you even try?
Fans are going crazy at the return of the Korean Kaiju. Now, Hector, I'm just wondering. You know what? I'm not even going to bring it up. It's a touchy subject, the kid, everything.
Yeah.
Let's just leave that alone for right now. I just have one question. Hector, do you have Allstate insurance or what are you working with right now? Because with Kwon Soo back, you know, I don't know if that vest, I don't know if that vest, you know, it might be bulletproof, but it's not Kwon proof. Ooh, did I say that to you?
Yeah, no, it was dope. It was dope. It was dope. It was dope.
Give me that. Ooh. T said it was dope. T said it was dope. That means it was dope.
And his opinion doesn't matter, just like yours doesn't either, asshole. So
and that's the name of the show.
Welcome back. That's all I have to say.
Wow. You see how he hit that? You see how he took that drag? That's a drag of stress, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's a stressful ass drag that you just took. But anyway, moving on.
What a drag queen. All right. The next matchup features one guy again you guys are very familiar with, and another superstar you guys will hopefully get to know very soon. The Master of Illusion going one-on-one with the multiverse, and you know fans were ready, locked, and loaded for this one, expecting anything. Obviously, Master of Illusion was in the ring waiting to see if he could get his second win here in PWR when three silhouettes appeared on the ramp. And of course, it was Chirac Cruel, my favorite, of course, Winston, the Jamaican, and Francois, who played rock, paper, scissors. I never liked that game. To see who would, in fact, compete in this matchup against Master of Illusion. And it was Chirac Cruel who immediately got pissed off and said, "Oh, my dead TT, I'm going to blink all of y'all ass," said Chirac. On four of them, he yelled. Listen, he aimed the Glock Dookie in the direction of both Winston the Jamaican and Francois as Winston yelled out, "Bumbleclot!" He said, "Them steal it again from me," he said, as he held his head down, made his way to the back, and he and Chirac Cruel walked to the back. But Chirac Cruel took it upon himself to pistol whip Winston in the back of the head and gorilla as Francois made his way to the ring. Jesus Christ. The stench of the Virginia Slim 300,000 was more than giving fans contact, but they cheered for the Francois, a member of the multiverse, who boasted that he was not American his entire way to the ring. What's wrong with this guy? The referee checked both superstars, and we were off in this one. Francois came out the gates fast as he connected on some heavy body shots to the Master of Illusion. He then nailed Master of Illusion with a slingshot he calls French Quarters. He pinned the Master of Illusion, but he was able to kick out free at 1. Still strong here, Master of Illusion had some offense about midway into this one as he countered a right cross shot thrown from Francois with a strike to the throat and then a nasty pile driver, which many thought could be the end of this matchup. He pinned Francois quickly, but he kicked out his 2 as fans started cheering Francois on. Master of Illusion tried to lock in a sleeper hold, but Francois elbowed his way free and then came flying into Master of Illusion with a shoulder tackle. Francois splashed on top of Master of Illusion and pinned him for 2 again this time before Master of Illusion kicked out. Francois popped up and said, "Boy nani." I got to work on my French, excuse me. This is when he did the sleep schedule, what I guess means good night. He said, "This is what Steph Curry said," as he went up to the top turnbuckle and skied off for a bonne nuit splash, pinning Master of Illusions for the 1, the 2, the 3. The winner of the match, Francois. My first question to you, T Money, it could be controversial. Maybe, maybe not. What is it, Geechee?
I don't see anything controversial at all. It just is what it is. That's the business. That's the business.
My question to you is, what is a Geechee? I've been hearing the name thrown around by Francois. What is a Geechee?
Well, Geechee is a language that is normally used and colloquialized by the slaves that came over here to America and from the islands. So it's like a romanticized language.
Wow. The more you know, presented to you by the postman, T Money, who always delivers not only an educational point of view, but also he's a good father. Puerto Rican Hector, even though you are not, I would like your opinion on something as well. Master of Illusion, has he gained your attention yet? Are you a fan? What is the prospect in your mind for this very exciting yet untapped potential here in PWR?
Well, by the way, Scott, it takes one to know one on Shady Fathers.
Oh, yeah. First to admit it.
So, Master of Illusion looks like he has a bright future ahead of him here in PWR. And I look forward to seeing him develop.
So you actually had something positive to say. Your opinion doesn't fucking matter. Have I ever told you that? Can you do the cop thing again? Can you just put the thumb under there just real quick? Gives me cop vibes. New York Undercover.
Oh, because you like when you get arrested and throw in the joint?
Hey, what was it? Detective Torres? Was that the New York Undercover?
Torres and who was
Torres?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you were Joe Pesci in Lethal Weapon. We can do that then.
I gotta
go. We got Danny Glover right here. Perfect.
Oh, Danny Glover, token black guy. Let's keep it going. Nah, I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, the next matchup of the night is another match that I love. Holy shit. This one they'll be talking about for quite some time, fellas. This panel is off the chain right now, guys. I'm having a hard time handling these two on the same panel. I'm talking about Dylan Mason going one-on-one with Reckless Reggie Walker. Now, all week long, these two lit it up on social media, and we saw a different side of not only Dylan Mason, but we definitely saw a different side of Reggie Walker, who seemed to be more locked in than ever to prove a point here. when this match was mentioned last week on the show live, fans were already in belief that it had the potential to tear the house down. And let's just say that fans left TD Garden with their strong appetite for great competition fulfilled. Woo! You like that, don't you, T? You like how anyways.
I do
All
like
right.
it.
We're not going to waste any time with the intros, the music, the pyro, because neither superstar seemed to be focused on fanfare at all. As they stood across from one another, the electricity in the building was undeniable. The bell rang, and it was Reggie Walker and Mason trading right hands with one another, and at least both superstars landing at least 10 or more shots were landed by both of them before Mason leaned over from fatigue and Reggie ran towards the ropes, bouncing off and skying into Mason with the beautifully timed cross body splash. Reggie wasted no time as he went up to the top turnbuckle, setting up for his finisher, and flew off from way up high, nailing the reckless elbow. But Mason, being so savvy, having such a high IQ, rolled to the outside before Reggie could even attempt a pin. Reggie Walker got the crowd going before he flew over the top turnbuckle. T, are you alive? And landed on Mason with a splash. The start couldn't be any better for Reggie Walker, who was accomplishing his goal of making a statement on this one. He threw Dylan Mason inside the ring and pinned him, but Mason kicked out at one as this match was way more exciting than T Money is leading on. Reggie Walker made an error once in this match, trying twice for a suplex after Dylan Mason blocked it the first time. He then countered with the back body drop, and now Mason is getting wind at this point. Mason picked up Walker and nailed him with an array of strikes, viciously placing him in the midsection of Reggie Walker. He then signaled for the Pele kick as fans chimed in, and the impact could be heard in the rafters. He pinned Reggie Walker quickly for the one, the two, but reckless Reggie fought free as fans were clamoring for more. Wow, what a matchup this was so far. T, are you sure? Did you take? Are you off the lead right now, T? Mason signaled for the soulless redemption at this point.
I was there. I watched.
But Reggie, using his will and determination, used his lower body, driving Mason back first into a corner. He nailed Mason with a clothesline and then followed this with a German suplex, pinning the Sublime One for the one, the two. But Mason got his shoulder off the mat just in time as Reggie fixed his dreadlocks and slammed both hands on the mat while looking at the referee pleading. But the referee said, "That's two, Reg. Come on, let's go." Reggie then got Mason up and whipped him into the ropes, but Mason ducked a big swing from Reggie Walker and then roared towards Reggie with a flying forearm, Tito Santana style. He would have loved it. Mason then backflipped off of the mat as fans popped. He signaled for the Blood Eagle at this point as he got Reggie in the finisher, nailing it. Boom! For the one, the two, the three, the winner of the match, Dylan Mason. Mason got his championship, the Empower Championship to be more specific, and went to get a microphone as he said, "If this is the Reggie Walker we will get from now on, then I'll be watching very closely," said Dylan Mason as he dropped the microphone. Fans cheered him on, and he left Reggie in the ring as the Boston fans gave the Reckless One a standing ovation. T Money, if you're still up, are you alive, T?
Yes, sir.
I have a question for you, Money, if you're still alive with us. That standing ovation that Reggie Walker got, does that have more value in the long run than the win? Or are you rather taking the Dylan Mason place here, walking out the arena with the W?
I don't know. I need to see more. Like, for example, for the pop for Reggie Walker for the, what he did, I need to see more. I don't think fans are cheering right now because of who they like and who they support. I think they're cheering because of, yes, anarchy. Yeah, it's chaos. Yeah, it's all kind of bullshit going on. So anybody can get a pop right now. If Puerto Rico were to come out there with his son, he'll get a pop.
Hector, ignore that very ignorant comment from Danny Glover. I just want to know from you, Reggie Walker. This guy, you got to agree with me, even though our opinions don't matter, that his ceiling is very high. He hasn't even scratched the surface with where he can go.
He's not going to
If
see that.
Reggie Walker locks in like he did at times this week on social media, what is the upside for this kid?
Well, it's finally good to see him show a different side of himself. He was kind of reserved. He was kind of comfortable for a very long period of time. I've been in the ring with Reggie Walker, and if I would have gotten this version of Reggie Walker, I would have been supremely happy, just like Billy Mason was. So, if he stays locked and focused, he'll hold gold around here again, just like he did before when he was the Power Surge champion.
You know, Hector, you're getting good at this. Who raised you?
Your mom.
Wow.
I did.
Wow. Whew. All right, let's carry on. Speaking of people who need some good raising, these two next superstars can really get out of pocket when they're ready to. I'm talking about a big time matchup, T, featuring August Stevens going one-on-one with the artist known as Motherfucker. Now listen, this was another match that helped sell.
Let me get comfortable.
Yeah, not too comfortable. Not too comfortable. Another match that helped sell this venue out was this matchup right here. I'm talking about Stevens versus Fucker. August was looking for his first win coming back since his return after a no decision last week against the only beast that matters. Motherfucker was, however, riding a forever cloud of confidence coming into this one as he had his eyes still on that Apex Championship and his foe, the Bronx Bomber. This week, things would actually take place inside of the ring, unlike last week with August taking the fight to the artist early on in this matchup. He nailed Motherfucker with a right hand uppercut that led to the setup of a well-executed running power slam to the artist. Stevens then got on top of Motherfucker and started wailing away with shots down to the artist as he seemed to be making this one personal as Motherfucker was trying to block these shots. However, a few moments later, Motherfucker reversed this and now had the advantage on top as he measured a few good left jabs to the mouth of Stevens from his own fist. Motherfucker then dragged Stevens up and went for a kiss the rings, but Stevens had him scouted well and ducked and countered with a nasty super kick. Motherfucker went down hard and was quickly scooped up back by Stevens, who then nailed Fucker with the dead shot, a brutal knee to the face. He went down and Stevens pinned him for the 1, the 2, but Motherfucker kicked out strong at this point, and Stevens tried to keep the pressure on until the momentum turned after August mistimed an elbow drop. Fucker then punted the back of Stevens' head and then waited for him to get back to his feet. He signaled for a kiss the rings again. But then the fans started booing out of control as August Stevens' running mate, Bobby G, who we saw earlier getting a victory, came walking slowly down the ramp. The fans were letting him have it until the crowd's reaction went from boos to an enormous amount of cheers as they erupted, because little did Bobby G know that the only beast that matters, Aaron King, was waiting in the shadows, lurking as he hopped the barricade and intercepted Bobby G with a huge spear. The crowd went crazy as Fucker then waited for Stevens to get up and rocked him with his finisher, Kiss the Rings, pitting him for the 1, the 2, the 3, the winner of the match, the artist, Motherfucker. You like that? The artist, Motherfucker. T Money, the only artist you have is the Tooth Fairy right now. Hector, it's a two-man show. We've always been good, just me and you. Now let's get this thing getting back on track. We got NyQuil up there, Sleep, aka Danny Glover, aka Mr. Snooze 'em on,
No,
aka I have the
he's
ship,
just a
but I'm lit.
lazy. No, never mind. Go ahead.
All right. What are your thoughts on this matchup, this big time victory for motherfucker? First of all, let's talk about that. Big win for fucker over August Stevens. Impressed? Not
Well,
impressed?
well, you know what? I'm gonna say one thing real quick. Motherfucker aside for 1 second because he's about to hear my praise right now. I am actually very impressed with August Stevens this second go around because the first time, you know what? He fought hard in this match, despite the fact that he tried to have his boy run interference for him and steal the victory. But he fought hard in this match. And his first go around in this company, the only time he ever fought that hard was to skip the line in catering. So I'm happy to see that he's getting his shit together, despite the fact that he tried to low bridge his way to a victory. And motherfucker, that would have been a big victory over motherfucker, who's one of the most decorated superstars in this company. But it was not to be because he had to kiss those motherfucking rings from my boy.
Now, my next question to you is this is what I usually ask the postman, but as you can see, he's counting sheep. Wow. Anything can happen on live TV, Hector. My next question for the postman, but
I
really for
guess we
you
know where
now.
that fentanyl went after all, huh? Go ahead.
Oh, shit. Woo! My next question, this is my next question to you for T Money, but to you now
For Trick
is
Daddy, he's not here.
two big meaty men. I don't mean this, don't take that the wrong way, but we have two 300+ pound men that are both 6'5 plus on a collision course. You got Aaron King, the only beast that matters. You got Bobby G, BBG. I don't feel comfortable saying that, but apparently that's what he goes by. Hector,
Big Black
any
Jock.
thoughts? Any thoughts regarding this clash between Aaron King and I lost my train?
Aaron King and Bobby G. This is going to be meet forever. Meet forever. I'm ready. You know what? Aaron King has been around for a while. He's had a lot of success here as a big man.
Wait, do that
And
again. I feel like backstage when you did that, like somebody moved backstage, like they turned in their dream. Do that, clap it again. Let's see if we get a reaction from the tag team champion, the post match.
meet forever.
No, he's done. Cooked sauce, ladies and
Right.
gentlemen. I wanted him here for this one, but
Well, see, that's what happens when you're a casual drug user. Anyway,
folks in them
so
out of there.
now
God, leave.
this is
Fuck
going to
me.
be one hell of a
Oh
match.
shit.
And
You
we're
know what?
going to
I have to
see.
say, your opinion matters now. Before it didn't. If we had a full panel, this has gone back to a regular result show, sir. Like, jeez.
Well, guess what? My opinions always fucking mattered anyway, idiot.
Where's he
Aaron
at?
King, Bobby G. Let's get it. Let's do it. I
Hold
want to
on.
see
This is
two
live, ladies and
guys
gentlemen. They
beat the
want
shit
us.
out of each
Hold,
other.
let's see if the world champion is available. He said he
What?
could, this is where you really gotta, it's live, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we do. Hector, this is where you talk about how good of a father you are, and how you're a great family man.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I
Talk
were
about what are your B movies? Talk about what are your B movies, baby?
Yes,
Yes.
it was called Being Scott Mack, and went straight to Tubi, and it has a hard ending. Anyway, regardless of the fact, if I were T Money, I'd be there pretending to be sleeping too. If I knew what was waiting for me with pain and punishment. All right. So
Woo!
good on you. Well, maybe you should stop sipping the scissor or whatever the fuck it is that they call it these
All right,
days.
I sent the champ the link to see if the champ's coming in. We're gonna keep it rolling here. All right, this next matchup is one that I was hoping the postman would chime in on. I feel like a sneeze is coming out, but it's just the weed went down the wrong nostril. All right, you're
Oh,
not
did
supposed
you
to
snort
inhale
a
weed, are you?
hill? Did you
Yeah.
snort a hill with David? Good for you.
Wow, you're really targeting drug addicts today. I feel attacked. This next matchup featured
Because they mostly
Punishment,
look emaciated and fucked
Punisher,
up like you. So
Cuban Link, Fat Joe, whatever your name is, versus Mel Walker in a big time
thank
clash
you.
with two
Lead
New
singer from
Yorkers.
All for One. Go ahead.
Two New Yorkers. So much history. These two were set. It's like you guys were destined to beat the hell out of one another. It's like you were born in one ratchet part of New York, and he was born in some other filthy hospital, and you guys just, it's beautiful. It's beautiful how this works. Both Hector and Mel made their way to the ring alone, as fans had mixed reactions for both superstars with their entrances. The pre-match heat was so intense, and both Puerto Rican Hector and Mel Walker called one another everything outside of their name before this matchup started, and the official knew that he was about to have his hands full with this one. Mel Walker looked on towards his opponent, and he looked good early on in this matchup, much as he's billed as the big ticket, as he clubbed Hector with the double axe handle smash after staggering Punishment, if that's what you're being called, with a big boot to the face. Walker then bounced off the ropes and stopped on a dime, and instead of doing an elbow drop or a leg drop or a knee drop, he decided to just brutally kick Hector in the face as you grabbed your nose. God, you should have seen how many times I replayed that and zoomed in. He said, "You son of a bitch," as
You like zooming in on the holes of men, I see. Go ahead.
blood began oozing from your little nose. I thought your nose was broken, but later on we found out it was just a busted up nose. And then Mel Walker used his hand like a sick maniac, smearing the blood across Puerto Rican Hector's face. "You a whole bitch," yelled Mel Walker. Yes. "And your daddy," matter of fact, where's your daddy? Where's your son? Where's your wife at right now?" said Mel Walker. And that seemed to flip a switch in you right away. As you see this, it's a touchy subject with you nowadays, your family. Hector went in punishment mode as soon as his family was mentioned. He raked the face of Mel Walker with his fingers and then whipped him into the ropes and then followed him behind, drilling him to the outside of the ring. Puerto Rican Hector balanced on the ring apron before flying off with his own double axe handle smash, drilling Mel Walker. He then drove Mel's head into the announce table a few times before Mel Walker countered with a vicious chop. Hector then fired his own chop back as fans wooed at the action. Mel Walker then drove a knee to Puerto Rican Hector's chest and then tossed him back inside of the ring. Holy shit, let's bring him on. I think he's ready. This is live, ladies and gentlemen. The PWR World Heavyweight Champion, Big Hurt. Thank you for joining us, champ, as you get set up there. Mel Walker then signaled for the Walker. Let me go back a little bit. I got distracted, guys. It's live. Walker then took a page out of his younger brother's book, but used a 5-star splash from up high that nailed Puerto Rican Hector right into the mat. He pinned him for the 1, the 2, but punishment Puerto Rican Hector kicked out. Mel then signaled for the MKO, but Hector fired a strike to Mel's midsection and then locked in the pendejo plex. The impact hurt Mel Walker, and Hector then signaled for the Boricua bomb as fans rose to their feet. But before he could reach for Walker, the postman and the true villain, Nappy Boy, came storming from the back and went directly towards the ring, surrounding each aside as they kept their eyes on Hector. Hector begged for a fight, but the odds would soon even as the music of pain and punishment played on the sound system. Fans stood to get an eager look at Joe Mega, who came running towards the ring, as Venom met him on the ramp with a 2-on-1 attack. This brutal attack was taking a toll on Mega, who was firing shots back and trying to block the blows from both the Postman and Nappy. And Hector decided at this point to do what was right. He decided to even the odds as he went to the outside, joining the brawl on the outside of the ring as he and Nappy began trading shots back and forth, mixing it up. And T-Money and Joe Mega were tangled up. But that's when the former powerhouse champion, the Big Ticket, the King of New York, finally, Mel Walker stormed out of the ring and grabbed the steel chair from ringside as he nailed Puerto Rican Hector in the back with it. The bell rang, of course, and then Mel Walker nailed Joe Mega as well with the steel chair. Security finally came out, breaking up this melee between these two families, organizations, groups, men, whatever you want to call it. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm going to go first with Big Hurt because this was designed for T-Money, but Hurt, since you're here, thanks for joining us, champ. I know you're a busy man, of course. How are you feeling, first of all?
I can see clearly now. The pain is gone. I for the first time in weeks, have a clear head. I'm ready to rock. The last couple of weeks are clear in my head.
Did you see the tape from the match? Did you see the video from the match? Did you see what took place? Did you see the fact that JTO took it upon himself to knock you pretty much out? Sorry, champ. I just got to be, objective here.
Normally, and there's going to be a receipt. Ahmed Johnson, Farouk Assad, there's going to be a receipt. There's going to be payback. There's going to be hell to pay for what Jay did. But at the same time, I have to decide what that payback is going to be, because in him doing that, he has freed me from the prison I've been in for the last couple of weeks.
So you're ready to go. You're the guy, the top guy, the guy that everybody talks about, puts him in the same conversations with the best in the game. Are you back?
No. Don't put me in the same conversation with the best in the game. You put me above the best in the game. You put me in the conversations with the greatest of all time.
He's back. He's back.
Oh, Captain, my captain. I see the person who was helping steer the ship went down. I step up. And if you have T-Money or Hurt, there's only one decision on who you pick. Hey, T, wake up, cake up. You're late for makeup.
Wow, the champ is back. We'll come back to you in 1 sec, Hurt. I want to get to New York Undercover really quick. Great matchup, great contest. It looked as if you might have been able to possibly, maybe get a victory on Mel Walker. That remains to be argued by some. But nonetheless, a good showing in your first match back, Hector. Congratulations on looking sharp. My question to you is, you do realize now by barking up the proverbial venom tree what that leads to?
Oh, yeah? Well, I know exactly what I hope it leads to. I want all three of them lined up like little victims.
Put you to sleep. Yeah. That's what they go do. Put you to sleep.
Yeah. Well, their matches do it anyway. So regardless, I'm just going to line them all up like three little victims. Because they have three and we have two, and they clearly don't have enough.
Wait, did you say we have three? What?
No, they have three. We have two, but they clearly don't have enough.
Well, right now it might be 2-on-2, considering the fact that T-Money, fighting a cold, took some NyQuil. I didn't want to spread his business out there. Hurt. Let's focus back on the matchup. Venom, pain and punishment. Can we get your money?
You get my money? Is it sleepy money?
Uh-oh.
The postman doesn't deliver after 7 p.m. Is that what it is?
He was in a white neighborhood.
He's been up trading since 4 a.m. I know this for a fact. He's up early trading.
That dude was sleeping shit. Hey, yo, but no, honestly, Mel Walker, at the end, regardless of who he chooses to lead, he's still my son. So he's going to get his done. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. He's a generational talent, which is why he was chosen by the greatest of all time to be one of his heirs.
So is Caleb Williams, by the way.
Who? I'm sorry, what?
The number one quarterback of this year's draft, Caleb Williams.
It's another one of those guys who has talent but plays for the wrong organization, much like Mel Walker. Ooh. He's no Jaden Daniels.
He's back. He's back. He's working. His mind's working.
T's back. He's awake. Let's see him.
No, T's still asleep back there.
No, let's see him. I'm
gonna let him rest. We'll see if he's available for a question after the main event. Are you gonna stick around, chat, for the main event? Can you? Because I need a paddle. I need a full paddle.
Oh, Captain, my captain is here
to save the sinking ship. All right, the main event of the night is Crimson Wolf. Somebody you know very well, and somebody else you know very well was the champion in his challenger in this matchup, the reigning, defending Power Surge champion, Toa, the narcissist. He wants to be a warrior, but he's a narcissist. The women are saying it. People online are saying it. He's a narcissist. So therefore...
So what?
I don't have a problem with Toa embracing who he really is. Like, all the time, when we were facing each other, he always had that extra little edge to him. And now it's coming out, and I'm here for it. And so is T. T, how do you feel about it? Deep voice sleep.
I'm good.
I'm drinking my scissor.
All right. Let's carry on, ladies and gentlemen. The narcissist versus Crimson Wolf, the main event of the night, and our only championship of the evening was upon us. I'm not exaggerating at all here, champ or Hector, when I say that these are up there with two of the best that PWR has to offer when I speak of Toa and Crimson, and we were about to go at it. Or should I say they were about to go at it for the Power Surge Championship. The buzz in the air was a thing that can't really be described in words for this championship matchup. The Boston fans were locked in. The buzz in the air was real as the music of Crimson played on the sound system, and the cameras in the back showed half the roster in the back glued to the monitors watching this one, anticipating this clash. And it's an example, if both of you would agree with me, hopefully, that this is why overseas lives do matter, especially in PWR. These guys do a lot. They sell a lot of tickets. Yeah, it's true. Your opinion doesn't matter, Hurt.
It is.
It is. Oh, he agrees with me. Then the entrance of the champ was next as fans booed Toa out of the building. The same PWR fans a year ago in Boston that adore Toa were now throwing debris and booing him out of the building, and it was all for the Power Surge champion. But the narcissism of Toa was evident and clear as he smirked, enjoying the fact he had let so many people down recently. Even one fan held a sign up that read, "My kid looked up to you, SMH." That's when Toa looked right in the camera and said, "I don't owe any of you anything," he blurted out, right looking into the camera. Wow. He headed over the Power Surge Championship, and the referee held up the beautiful championship, showing fans what was on the line. The bell rang, and we were off. It was Crimson Wolf living up to his words and his iconic career as he laid the heat in thick on Toa, crushing him with the headbutt, and then going for the Crimson's lullaby early. But Toa nailed Crimson low, making him stagger backwards. Toa then fixed his hair and then showed his athleticism by leaping in the air and twirling around for a spinning heel kick that nailed Crimson right on his temple. He quickly pinned him for the 1, the 2, but Crimson grabbed the nearby rope, stopping the count as the entire crowd gasped. You guys were engaged in this one in the back. Hurt, you were texting me from home saying, hey, this one is the hotel, excuse me, and saying this one was off the chain. Hector as well. You guys knew this matchup was living up to the hype. Toa was showing frustration at this point, and that's when he stomped away at the back of Crimson Wolf as the referee ordered him to stop. The official, Mike Callahan, said, hey, that's enough. He said, or else what, huh? Or else what, said the narcissist. The champion grinned as he nailed another kick. That's your last warning, Toa, said the official. He then went for Crimson again and nailed him this time with a Glock bottom and then pinned him for the 1, the 2. But Crimson Wolf kicked out again as fans were getting louder and louder, erupting in this arena for this matchup. That's it, said Toa. Kill shot. That's it, said Toa. I'm going for it all. This is his big finisher, as fans knew, and they exploded. The entire Boston TD Garden, every fan in the building exploded because we saw PWR superstar Wapo making his appearance. Fans loved it as he was pointing directly at Toa. Toa looked frustrated and confused. Toa lost it at this point as he bickered back and forth with El Wapo. What the fuck you doing here, mate? Said the champion. Don't worry about me, fake champ, said Wapo. He started slamming on the ring apron, getting the fans into this matchup, trying to get Crimson Wolf up and going. Crimson Wolf was confused at Wapo's appearance, but he could see Toa was distracted by him. Toa went to pick up Crimson, and Wolf met him with a devastating uppercut. He then took him down hard with the clothesline as Wolf seemed to be heating up at this point. He grabbed Toa up quickly and locked him in position for a tombstone pile driver. He didn't get all of it, but he dropped Toa in the middle of the ring and quickly pinned him for the 1, the 2, but Toa barely got his shoulder up off of the mat. His fans couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe it. Some fans were chanting, holy shit, as they thought Crimson Wolf was their new Power Surge champion. Crimson then signaled for a Dutch spear as he took off and nailed Toa with it, quickly pinning him for the 1, the 2, but Toa kicked out again. Crimson couldn't believe it. Fans were going crazy. This was incredible. And that's when El Wapo started banging his hands on the mat even harder. Stay on him, man. Stay on him, yelled Wapo in the direction of Crimson Wolf. Crimson nodded in the direction of Wapo as he waited for Toa to stand up. He bounced off the ropes and came flying in the direction of El Wapo, bouncing off the ropes, but El Wapo out of nowhere leaped up and nailed a deadly enziguri to Crimson Wolf's back as he bounced off the ropes. Fans were stunned, as well as I was, and the referee didn't see a thing. Toa then locked in the kill shot. Boom! Pinning Crimson for the 1, the 2, the 3, the winner of the match, and still your Power Surge champion, Toa the Narcissist. El Wapo quickly grabbed Toa's Power Surge championship and held him up as his legs were wobbly and they backpedaled, standing together on the ramp as we went off the air. Wapo and Toa embracing. What the hell did we just see, fans? And they say PWR isn't cooking. Champ, by the look on your face, you have questions. But I have questions as well, Hurt. How long do you think that this alliance has been in the works between El Wapo and Toa? Wow, I am shocked. I thought for sure El Wapo was there to support Crimson Wolf because of his beef ongoing with Toa, but now it seemed as if El Wapo taking advantage of this alliance with the Power Surge chant. Hurt, have any words for us?
You know, sometimes you gain a certain respect for somebody when you fought them and you've battled with them and you come out of the trenches, especially a match that either one of you could have won, you gain a little bit of a respect. Alliances, some of the best alliances have been built off of beef. This is scary. This is scary for a team like the Fuckaverse, for a team like Venom. This is something you have to worry about.
Hector, as a man who's been a part of a lot of alliances, groups, factions, families, whatever you want to call them, do you feel with the experience Toa has in this federation, he's ready now to embark on his next quest, his next rise up as he takes it to another level? Like, let's face it, El Guapo is one of the biggest superstars in that locker room. To have him watching his back and vice versa, because El Guapo benefits from this too. But mainly my question to you is, what do you think about Toa's actions, and is he ready now to really, really take things up a notch?
Well, Toa has been raising his game ever since he left the Syndicate and has been tearing it up and has a championship to prove it now. And he embraced loving himself. And what's the problem with that? Okay? But to tell you how I feel about this partnership with El Guapo, a man who, you know what? I've fought him before. I've had opinions about him before. None of them very good. But you know what? Things and people change. So I'm going to give you a good faction name, but it was a whole faction, but just these two guys together are a dangerous alliance.
Ooh, interesting. Hurt. Wow, I'm stunned here. I have a lot to unravel here. I guess my next question to you is, I want a little interpretation from somebody that's holding gold. It seems as if Toa, with this new change in his demeanor, is willing to do whatever and align himself with whoever it takes to protect his investment in his championship. Can you relate?
Yes, I can. Not that I've ever aligned myself with somebody to keep a championship, but I have had people align themselves with me to keep their championship. So if he picked El Guapo to hold on to that Power Surge championship, he did a lot of scouting, he did a lot of research, and tonight proves that he, at least in the short term, has made the right decision.
What a master plan, unraveling. How that took place, that was very well executed, I have to admit, from one of the grimiest to ever do it. That was very Scott Mackish.
Now, much like that babysitter who knows you're a virgin, they see you coming. So next time,
I like that.
Next time, people are going to be prepared for Guapo. Are you ready for that? I'm eager to see how he adjusts when it's not a surprise.
So my question for you before we go off the air with this tremendous action, Hector, we talked about Toa's advantages to this alliance. What about El Guapo? I said it before. A rising superstar here, a guy who has experience. He has all the tools, and people have been saying for the longest, he's just missing that one little thing. Is this that thing that can propel him to greatness?
Well, you know what? Ever so often, we need a new leader. All right? We've had the same people as leaders around here, and now Toa became a leader, and now El Guapo will learn from this new leader and will step up his game to become more deadly in the ring. Because, like I said, this is a dangerous alliance, and it's going to benefit both men going forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, as good as the insight was from everybody tonight, our opinion really doesn't matter. This has been a tremendous episode. World Heavyweight Champ, thanks for coming into clutch when we needed you. Puerto Rican Hector, and of course our last pedal member, the snooze man, T-Money. I'm Scott Mack, and my opinion doesn't matter.
Postman doesn't deliver after 7 p.m., baby.